Greetings, beautiful people. Now, if you hear something vibrating in the back, that is my back. Back vibrating thing that's going off. So I wanted to talk about this movie, Leave the World Behind. I'm pretty sure you have seen it coming across Netflix. It just came out. So I'm not even watching the movie. I'm trying to just go off my memory of what I remember in the movie. So first, I do remember, I do notice in the movie that the animals, I kept noticing that the animals were kind of like off track a little bit, kind of like, you know how animals have their own eternal navigation system. It seemed like it was off in some way. It seemed like it was off. It seemed like all of the electrical they made. You know what I noticed? So I'm pretty sure I've said this before doing a movie review, that they are only they pinpoint and go close up on things that they want you to see. And I noticed when they showed the Tesla that when they got to the cars that were all crashing just matter of fact, I should have said this in the beginning. Spoiler alert, I'm going to be saying some things that are from the movie. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a spoiler alert. But I noticed that when she came up on the Telsa's cars, I'm probably just going out of order, but it'll come back around. When she got to the Telsa's, they did a close-up on Telsa, which means basically the cars were new, like they pretty much had drove themselves coming from a lot. They literally just built a Tesla lot right up here down the street from my house, like literally down the street. They just built an entire Tesla, whatever it is, car place. And so I'm gonna go back to the beginning where these people was going on vacation, and I don't know, like the place that they picked for vacation, it was kind of like in the woods somewhere. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would have picked like somewhere where there's a beach, sun or something like that. But maybe it wasn't sunny, or maybe the weather, or whatever. I'm not going to go that deep. But so they picked this house, and they're in this house for a little bit, and then these black people come, which is a man, and which I assume was his daughter because she looks too young to be his girlfriend. And so they're telling that these people that are in their house, who's there on vacation, it's probably like an Airbnb. They're telling them that this is their house and that they came back because something. But I'm like, so what I'm thinking is like, or throughout the movie, or throughout the beginning of the movie, as the movie proceeds, I'm noticing that each character, particularly, well, all of them pretty much, except for the white guy, was kind of withholding information from each other. I don't know their name. I should have probably written names down, but that's not that important as what I'm saying now. But I noticed they kept withholding certain information, which was actually the most valuable and important information. And movies are like contradicting to, well, not contradicting, but are kind of like mirroring like what is going on now. I feel like I said before, movies are documentaries to me, whether it's something that's already happened, something that's in progress, or something that's going to happen, or just something to stir the emotion, or whatever it is. And so I noticed they kept withholding certain information from each other, even from us, the audience. When the black man came in and the girl came in, I noticed that he didn't right off say who she was to him. It's kind of like it was probably like, I'm going to say 20-25 minutes into the movie before she actually said dad. And so that was kind of like, okay, we see that goes on in our daily life, where we do sometimes withhold information. We see that on a big level, where people in the big arena, because this is a stage, we see in the big arena how they withhold certain information from the little people, in order to not bypass them or get to the level that they are. So I noticed that, and then I did notice, like I said, the animals who was all off track, like the deers kept showing up in the back of the yard. And matter of fact, I kind of wanted to look up the spiritual meaning. Oh, goodness gracious. I have to download it again. Kind of wanted to look up the spiritual meaning of what a deer is. But as I am doing that, I probably continue talking. And so the animals, they were pretty much off track. There were flamingos who came and flew in the pool. That was definitely off track. I've never seen flamingos in the pool. So it says here that a deer has a powerful meaning and represents virility. The deer embodies fertility, gentleness, and wisdom, independence, and creativity. It is also a symbol of regeneration and renewal. So that makes sense. The deer may have been appearing because there is some a renewal going on, and trying to say that something is resetting. Maybe the earth resetting. Maybe this whole pyramid or illusion that we thought was real is something. It has to be renewed, or something has to be renewed. But it definitely has. Everything need to be renewed, regenerated. Everything: the food, the air, the water, the people, everything. So let's back to the movie. And so another thing that I noticed is that the white lady, she really didn't believe them when they came in. Like, she really didn't want them staying there. She didn't really care what was going on. And she kind of didn't like them. Like, it kind of took, and I actually thought for one scene she had went into some type of room with the guy, the black guy, and they started dancing. She put on some music. I forgot what it was. It's an old group. I don't know if it was 110, 112, Jackass, or whoever, but their playlist was very interesting too. Because the playlist kind of didn't fit with the movie, but you'll see if you watch the movie. And so, yeah, there was for this one scene where I thought they was going to get together, but oh my God, thank God they did. But there was this one scene where they was they was listening to some music, and they started dancing, and you thought, they was gonna do something, but then he thought about his wife, because his wife had, I guess, been on a plane. That's another thing. The planes, all of the planes in the freaking sky was crashing to the ground, and the boat even came up on the scene. And I noticed on the boat, on the ship that came up when it first came on, when they first went on the beach, I noticed that I'm talking loud, my children sleep, but I noticed that on the boat it said White Lion, I think. I'm gonna see what a white lion is. I should have did this, but this is like spontaneous. I didn't even plan this. I was supposed to, but I didn't. Wow, this is interesting. It was the white lion which docked. Maybe I should have did more research, but hey, like I said, this is spontaneous. I'm trying to find where it said the white lion is talking about something, but I don't see it no more now. So, okay. So I'm reading history. Oh God, I don't know if it's true, but let's just read it anyway. In the end, no, that's not where I was. Okay, so where was I? I lost my place. So it says 2 of the Africans who arrived aboard the White Lion, Antonio and Isabella, became servants of Captain William Tucker, commander of Point Comfort. Their son William is the first known African child to have been born in America, and under the law of the time he was born a free man. In the coming decades, however, slavery became codified. So that's pretty much a serpent that I read from this day in history, where first enslaved Africans arrived in Jamestown, setting the stage for slavery in North America. And so we're going to get back to that. Now I'm going to have to do some more investigating, some more researching. So I did notice that like particular words that they would pan in. I noticed particular words that they really wanted you to notice. I did notice who had a shirt on. I think it was the boy. He was funny. And then, okay, so then there was three parts. It was in three parts. It was first the house. Then the second one was the noise. Then the part three was the last one. Yeah, great memory. So, yeah, it was in three parts, and three parts represented something which equated to the whole. To me, the house pretty much being the fact that that was the center of where they are, withholding information, trying to figure out what is going on. The noise, which was kind of sounded like a siren. You know how they be like the siren will go off, or when there's like a major storm or evacuation or something, like this big loud alarm goes off. It was kind of like that, and it kind of like deafened them a little bit. The noise was loud, it even hurt my ears even watching it. And it affected. It was kind of like radiation. They described it as radiation. um Oh, and I did notice. Oh, thank you, Spirit, for reminding me. I did notice that the guy. I wish I would have wrote their names down, but I do not have their names down. Maybe I should look it up. Um, Look it up. But wow, leaving. Okay, of course it came right up because I feel like these freaking things be reading our minds. Okay, so I can look at the cast. Oh, well, that ain't gonna be the cast name. Oh, yes, it will. So, Julia Roberts, which is Amanda, Ethan Hawke, which is Clay, Ali, which is George, the black guy, and then Ruth, which is his daughter. Kevin Bacon was even in it. And their two children. And so George, he was talking about one of his clients. I forgot what he said he did. You will see when you watch the movie. So he was talking about one of his clients and how his client is weird. I don't care. His client is weird. He was like, his client says, he asked his client where he was going on vacation. I think he said, and then his client responded and said, where all the elites go to something, which we know what's going on. This is not a secret. It's not oh and ah moment. We already know. We see. And then he talked about. Oh my gosh! It left my memory that quick. Then I remember when Amanda was getting ready to get up from the table. He was like that. His what did his boss say? He said he feared something, which was, it was something important too. I don't feel like looking it up and going back, but it was something that he said that he was afraid of. I don't know. You'll see it in the movie and you'll understand because it was deep. It was like, wow, got to talk about this. I'll come back. This is going to be a freaking part 2. I'm going to come back with more evidence, with more research. And so the part I'm gonna get to this. So the part that back to the radiation affected the boy because his teeth just started falling out. And so George said that, remember that this is George's house, and so he knows his neighbors. And so one of Clay and Amanda's children teeth, the oldest boy, his teeth started falling out. And so when they went to one of George's neighbors. He said he knew a neighbor that he knew would be prepared for things like this, like the end of like a, what you call it, like at the end of the world, situation type. And so they went to this neighbor's house, and he had, I guess, lived in this neighborhood for a very long time, known this neighbor. But when he got to the neighbor house, first of all, this neighbor said, first, get off my porch. He said, I'm gonna need y'all to step back and get off of my porch. So George looking like, what? Like, you. And so like he don't know who he is, which is Kevin Bacon. And so, so when they get off his porch, he come outside with a big old shotgun. So they telling him, of course, you know what's going on. There's no internet. There's like the internet is down, TV is down, everything is down. I should have said that in the beginning, but yeah, everything is down. And so they're telling him that, one of the children needs help because his teeth is falling out his head. And he's like, I don't have anything for you. And so they're like, no, we know you do. And then it's kind of like the man act like as if he didn't know who George was. And George is like, you know me. Like, it's like kind of get on my property. I don't want nothing to do with this. It's kind of like I need to save my whatever I have for me and my family, and I can't help nobody else type of vibe. It's like kind of they turn on each other. Even though they were neighbors, they knew each other, they probably hung out, probably been to each other's house. But at that moment, when things are scarce, you don't know what's going to happen, everything is out in the air, you don't know what, no information is being told, what's going on. It was kind of like one of those things. And we see that happening now. Like, the world ain't got to end for people to act like that towards you. People act like that. That's just, at this point, I don't even know if it's human nature, but it's kind of, that's pretty much what it was given. And so when they got in the car to get ready to leave, the man ended up giving them some type of medication for the boy. So as they get in the car, Clay and George, as they're getting in the car and getting ready to leave, George is telling him, are you not paying attention what happened? What just happened? Me and this guy knew each other, but we immediately turned on each other. And Kevin Bacon told them that the people that they're looking for has a bunker. And so George is like, if that just happened between us, this is going to be happening everywhere. So we need to get to that bunker. And so the freaking girl, they daughter done ran the freaking away because this girl want to watch Friends so bad. She is so addicted to the show. That's another thing that they was trying to pinpoint. When the internet went out, the girl, she really kept trying to in every way possible to watch her show Friends. I guess it was the last show, and I guess that's why they called part 3 the last one. That was the last show of Friends, and she didn't want to miss it. She ended up running away to a nearby house somewhere else where they had food and everything. And then she ended up finding the freaking the bunker. I'm talking about the bunker. She ended up finding the bunker. And guess what this child do? Now she go in the bunker, cut on the lights. They have a huge DVD selection. Of course, she finds the DVD Friends. And of course, she goes to the last episode that she had been anticipating to watch. And she literally sits down and watch it. Don't care that her family probably looking for her. Don't care that the whole world about to end. You only care about this show. Like, it was like, what? The things that children do. Oh, I ain't gonna say children. People. We're gonna say people. And so that's how I go off. That's how it ends. You pretty much get it. It ain't like they have to, say anything else. Because at this point, they know the temperature of their audience. They know what's going on. They know what people are talking about. They know what's the buzz right now. They know there's going to be tons of videos and decoding that's going to go on with this movie. They know what they be doing. I don't be knowing if it be a message, like to prepare, or is it to what's the word, to gain energy, because of course you want to be prepared, but at the same time, why would the people that's trying to show you give their plan? I don't know. And in the universal law, they have to tell you what's going on. So that's all I wanted to say. This has been 18 minutes too long. Leave the word behind. This is just, what I thought about the film and my thoughts and everything. Leave your comments. And until next time, guys and goddesses, peace.